going to go live on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube right now. And we're going to talk about this phrase, nice to talk to you. Maybe you've heard people say this before. Maybe you've heard them say, nice to talk to you, or nice to speak to you, or nice to see you, right? Or nice to hear from you. Great. And I see a lot of people are joining our live stream right now, our live video. Tim, hi. Thanks for making an appearance. And I see Sama says, nice to meet you again. Exactly. This is right in line with our topic today. Excellent. I see Aida has just joined us. Hi, Aida. And there's a lot of people from all over the world watching right now. So if you're watching me and I look to the side, it doesn't mean that I'm not paying attention to you. It means I'm just checking over here, Facebook and YouTube, and over here, Instagram. So that's how I have it set up today. And if you watch on YouTube or on Facebook, then you'll also see the comments pop up on the screen. So it might be more useful if you're trying to learn from today's video. And I see Natia on Facebook says hi, and we've got a lot of people writing in saying hello. Excellent. So today I'm trying something new. I'm doing these live lessons to anyone who's available, and I'm going to try to do them weekly. So I'll, go live on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. If you can't find my Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram, it's probably, if you're watching on Facebook and YouTube, it's under the video, or maybe on Facebook, it's above the video. And if you're watching on Instagram, you have to go to the profile and you have to click the link. I know. I love you, Instagram. No sarcasm at all. Okay, so great. Let's talk about this phrase today. Let's jump right in. So what does it mean if somebody says, nice to see you, or nice to talk with you, or nice to speak with you? What does this mean? So usually when a person says this phrase, they're skipping one word. They're skipping the word it's, right? They don't say this word. They skip it. They don't say this word. They don't say, it's nice to see you again. But this is the full sentence, okay? So when I say, nice to meet you, right? Maybe you've heard people say this before. They say, nice to meet you. And this is one small part of a bigger phrase. It is nice to meet you. It is nice to meet you. So nice to meet you is just a shorter way of saying this. And everybody understands that we're using this full phrase, but we don't have to say these first words. And sometimes that's confusing, right? So there are a lot of other phrases that we can use like this too. And I see Sama on Instagram says, is it formal when we say nice to meet you? No, maybe we use it in more formal situations usually. You're probably right about that. For example, if you meet someone in a very informal setting, right? Like you might not say this. You might just say hi, right? And you might not say this extra phrase. But also, I think that it shows someone that we know something about culture, right? Like it's the correct thing to say in this situation. So most people say it. That's what I would say. But you're right that if the situation is very informal, then you might not say it. Or maybe if you meet someone very quickly, right? Like it's not a full introduction. So yes, in a formal introduction, we say this phrase. Okay, great. I see Tamia says, hello, nice to meet you, Kris. I'm from Morocco. Awesome. Great. So let's look at some other phrases where we say nice, right? This short phrase that people say a lot. They might say, nice to see you again. What does this mean? Nice to see you again. Well, we use this phrase, nice to see you again, when we're talking about when we see a person, not the first time, right? The first time when we meet the person, we say, nice to meet you. But the second time when we meet the person, the same person, we don't usually say, nice to meet you again, right? Because meet is just the first time when you meet a person, right? We could also say to meet a person in a cafe, to meet a person at 2 o'clock. But if we say, where did you meet him? We're not talking about the place usually. If we don't have other context, if we don't have other information, then we think that it's the first time, right? So if we say nice to meet you, it's the first time. And after the first time, we don't say nice to meet you. After the first time, we say, nice to see you again. Yeah, it's nice to see you again. Now, I keep using the word nice. I keep using the word nice. And that's because nice is an adjective. It's a type of word that tells us more information about a noun, a thing. So an adjective tells us more information about something. And nice is about this situation, right? It's nice to meet you means it's a pleasure to meet you. It's a very pleasant, happy, good situation to meet you, right? This is what we're saying, that this situation is good. And we can use other adjectives too. We can say, it's great to meet you. It's great to meet you, right? We can say, it's wonderful to meet you. Or, it's great to see you again, right? So we can change the adjective and we can use the same phrase. Great, great, great. I see Al Fajir says, wow, on Instagram. Well, virtual high five for you and everyone on Facebook and YouTube. And in fact, if you want to have live speaking practice right now, you can go over to YouTube or Facebook, and I'm going to send a link. And the first 10 people who click on this link and come to the website will be able to join right now. You don't have to pay. It's just, you just join live with me, and you'll be live on Facebook and on YouTube, and we'll have a discussion. So we can really, really speak together right now. Okay, so I'm going to send you over that link. Just copying the link. So everyone on Facebook and on YouTube has that link now. And let's see if I can just put it on Instagram real quick. Oh, yes, I can. There it is on Instagram too. So great. Everybody who is here, who's watching, let's see. Ari says, nice to see you live again. Ah, great. Thanks. Yeah, going live is awesome. I think it's a great way to connect with everyone who's watching, who's following the page. And, you know, we try to put out some good content, and we work with a lot of great people. So I hope that you like what our team has been doing. We're very close to getting to 1 million subscribers on YouTube and on Facebook. Instagram is a little slower, but Instagram is actually where I post some really useful, small, fast insights. So if you would like to see some thoughts in the middle of the day, then you can go there. But Facebook and YouTube have bigger pieces of work. So we were talking about the phrase nice to meet you, and I see that one person has already come and joined me live on Facebook and on YouTube. Okay, so we have Tamim, Travel with Tamim. We also have Mas, who has just joined us. Okay, it looks like Mas is here. Hi, Mas.
Hello.
Where are
Hi.
you joining me from today?
What? Can you repeat again?
Where are you?
I'm from Indonesia.
You're from Indonesia. Oh, very cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's very nice to meet you, Mas.
Oh yeah, it's very nice to meet you, Chris.
So what do you do?
Actually, I'm working on the company, specifically Japanese company in here, and I'm living on Jakarta.
You live in Jakarta?
Yeah.
I live in, right? In Jakarta?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it right? Is it correct?
Yeah. We
I
should say
said I'm
in about the
living.
place. Yes. I live in.
Oh,
And
that's
you work
good.
in a company. What job do you do in this company?
I'm just operator production in there. Just employment.
Uh-huh. Ah,
Yeah,
cool.
and my company is making the engine tractor. Did you know
Makes
about
tractor
tractor?
engines.
Yeah, tractor engine.
Tractor engines, right? It makes more than one.
Mm.
Tractor
Yeah,
engines. Yeah, great.
in daily I have maybe my company having 200 in daily, making
Ah,
200
makes
the
200 per
engine
day.
tractor. Yeah, for day.
Wow. Cool. Very cool. Okay, I see we have
Uh,
a few more people have joined us. Zoriana,
yeah.
hi. Zoriana, where are you from?
I'm from Ukraine.
From Ukraine. Great. Nice to meet you.
Hello. Nice to meet all of you. I'm oh, I'm from Ukraine.
Great. And what do you do?
Mm. Actually, I am a teacher.
Oh, great. What subject do you teach?
English. I teach English.
You're an English teacher. Ah, great. High five. I'm an English teacher too. Great. And I see that we have Mohammed with us also. Hi, Mohammed.
Hello, how are you?
Great,
Pretty
great,
good.
great. Where are you joining us from?
I'm from Palestine.
Oh, wow. Great. And what do you do?
I am a computer engineering student at the university at the third year.
Oh, cool.
And I'm currently working in entrepreneurship, like I'm taking courses and stuff, and I'm starting a startup, and things are great.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, it's wonderful to meet you.
It's wonderful to meet you too. Thank you so much. You're
Thank
great. Like I saw your page like 2 years ago, and I started like I was learning English before. Like as you see, like I'm pretty good right now. I started 4 years ago at Amadis. You know the organization. Yeah, it was here in Gaza, and I improved pretty much from then.
That's great.
So thank you for your work.
Thank you. And I see we have Shota with us.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, where are you calling from?
I am from Georgia.
From Georgia.
Yes.
Tbilisi.
Part of. Yes, yes. Do you know Tbilisi?
It's the capital.
Yeah. How
Uh-huh.
are you?
Good, good. It's really nice to meet you.
To me also.
So what do you do?
Chris, I live in Georgia. I am a teacher. I am teaching Turkish language.
You teach Turkish.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. And are there a lot of students of the Turkish language who live in Georgia?
Yeah. I have students and I am teaching. Yes.
Wow, that's great. It's great that we have
Yes.
so many teachers who join us.
Yes.
I think everyone is a teacher of something, right? Because teaching is the best way to learn something. When you teach it, you know it really well. Uh-huh. Great. And I see that we have Elena's with us also.
Hi, how are you?
Excellent. So where are you joining us from?
I'm from Sweden and Russia.
Sweden and Russia. Okay.
In Stockholm, but I am from Russia.
You're Russian, but living in Stockholm.
Mm.
Okay, cool. Does that mean that
Yeah.
you're... Sorry?
I'm also a teacher
Also a teacher. Great.
Wow.
of Swedish Russian language.
Swedish and Russian. Wow. So is your original name Elena?
Lena.
Lena.
You've lived in Russia.
Uh-huh. Okay, cool. Very nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you too.
Great. So, so we can use this phrase "nice to meet you" when we first meet a person, right? And then the next time we usually say "nice to see you again." So everyone who's watching on Instagram, I just want to remind you that we're over on Facebook and YouTube. You can come and join us live. We're speaking. Great. So, Mas, Elenas, Shota, and Mohammed, if you have any questions that you would like to ask, you can ask them now too. Anything that you want to ask. And also, while you're thinking of your questions, I just want to tell people about another way, another meaning of the word meet. Because sometimes people use the word meet when they first see a word, right? There's a new word and they say, I've never met this word before. But this is not like a natural phrase in English. We shouldn't say meet about a word. We can say, I've never seen this word before, or I've never heard this word before. Or we could say, I am not familiar with this word. I am not familiar with this word. But we don't usually use meet about a word or, for example, a brand or a company. We don't usually say meet about this. We can say learn about or see or hear. Cool. Maybe you have some other questions.
No.
No questions. Okay.
No questions.
Okay, that's fine too. So sometimes we also, maybe it's not nice to meet someone, right? Maybe we meet a person and we think that, well, maybe it would have been better to have not met that person. It would have been better to have not met that person, right? So maybe we don't say nice to meet you, or so maybe we want to find another way to answer when a person says nice to meet you to you, right? What should you say back to them? What should you say? Because we should not say me too. Me too is not correct. Person says nice to meet you, you can say nice to meet you too. Nice to meet you too. Nice to meet you also. This is correct. Another very short answer that you can say is likewise. It's one word. Likewise. Likewise. It means the same. The same. Let's see. I'll write this word here for everyone. Likewise. And on Instagram, likewise. So it's a way that we can just say the same to you, right?
Likewise means nice to meet you, yes? Or
it means the same thing that the person said before.
oh, okay.
This is what it means. So if I said it's not nice to meet you, you could say likewise. The same to you. You can say it about many phrases. Yeah, but it's one word. It's one word. likewise.
Okay.
Great.
Like
And another word like this is the word ditto.
Greedo.
Ditto. I've written it in the chat on on Instagram and on Facebook and YouTube. Ditto.
Ditto.
It means
Ditto.
the same. And I think ditto also is kind of like that, like there's no emotion about this at all. It's just
Ditto.
just like the same to you, and I don't have to think about anything.
Ditto.
Right?
Oh, is that a positive comment?
It's not
Ditto?
positive, it's not negative. It's just the same. The same. Yeah. This is what it means. Awesome. Well, I'd like to thank Shota, Elenas, and Mas for joining us today. If you have any other questions, you can ask them now.
Oh yeah,
No?
my pleasure. I think it's enough.
Thank you very much, Kris. Thank you.
Okay, great. Well, then, thank you so much for joining, and I'm going to continue a little bit on my own, and I'll see you again very soon, I hope.
Oh yeah,
Bye.
thank you, Kris. Bye bye.
Thank
You. Bye.
Great. Okay, so excellent. Let's go over to Instagram. Everyone on Instagram, I'm going to start answering some questions. Hamid says, is ditto an academic word? I think that it's more conversational, but you can find it in the dictionary, definitely. How do you write ditto? It's with a double T, with 2 T's, if I'm not mistaken. Let me pull up Google real quick and check myself. Ditto, yes. The same thing again. That's what the dictionary says. The same thing again. Excellent. Yes, it's with 2 T's. Ditto. Great. So we were talking about nice to meet you. After someone says nice to meet you to us, we can say nice to meet you too. Or we can say likewise. Or we could say ditto. Ditto, maybe the person will think it's not so nice because it's just, I don't care. Ditto. Right. So, okay, let's see. Could we say come across this word? Okay, this is a good question. Who asked that question? Love Adventures 2020. Okay. Instagram, Love Adventures 2020 asked a question. Could we also say, I've never come across this word before? Yes, you can. That's a very good example. Earlier in our lesson, we spoke about not using the word meet to talk about new words. Like if you, for example, over here, you can see the word awesome. If you don't know the word awesome, maybe this is the first time that you, don't say meet, that you see this word, or that you hear this word, or that you come across this word. Come across is also a good way to not use meet, but also say the same thing. Yes. Great. I've never come across this word before. Yes. Bayan, exactly. And I see we have someone else joining us here. So if you have any questions, you can use the link that I sent earlier to join me live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can ask your questions live. Okay. So if you have any questions right now, you can go there. I'm going to send the link again on Instagram. There's the link. Boom. So right now I'm just answering questions. So if you want to ask your question, you can come on live and you can ask it. And on Facebook and YouTube, there it is. Okay. Okay, here's a question. Arima said on Facebook says, glad to meet you. Can we use it as an answer? Can we use it to answer this question? Yeah, I'm glad to meet you. Yeah, you can change the adjective. You don't have to say the same adjective, right? It doesn't always have to be nice to meet you. You could also say great to meet you, wonderful to meet you, fantastic to meet you. And you can also say, I'm glad to meet you. And thank you so much, Arima, on Facebook. Thank you so much for this question, because sometimes we meet a person who's very important, right? Like if we meet the president or the king, and when we meet that person, we say, "It's an honor to meet you. It's an honor to meet you," right? This is, we can say this phrase. So just like we can say, "I'm glad to meet you," we can also say, "It's an honor to meet you." Sometimes you can see this in films when people say, "It's an honor to meet you, sir," to the king. And, or maybe it's just a famous person and they're a big fan. They say, "It's an honor to meet you." And the other person maybe thinks that, that they're not so important, right? They say, "The honor is mine. The honor is mine." You can see this phrase in films, for example. "It's an honor to meet you." "No, the honor is mine." It's like two people are giving each other compliments, right? Saying this nice thing to each other. Excellent. So we have some people who have joined us. Amjad Ali Khan. Hi.
Assalamu alaikum.
Hello. How are you?
I'm from Pakistan.
Pakistan. Oh, great.
Yes, sir.
Nice
I'm
to
watching
meet you.
your video.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm watching your video.
Excellent.
Sir,
Thank you so much.
Sir, upload preposition video. Upload preposition video.
I'm sorry?
Sir, upload preposition video. Preposition and article.
Prepositions and articles.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, let's talk about prepositions and articles. Good idea. Okay. So when we say "nice to meet you," we're using the preposition "to." And sometimes we need to remember that we use "to meet" and sometimes we use "meeting." Right? So nice to meet, we have to say "to meet," not "nice meeting you." Nice to meet you, because after adjectives, these words that tell us more information about things like blue, gold, big, small, adjectives, these words, after these words, we have a rule in English. We must use the infinitive. We must use "to." So nice to meet, nice to see, nice to hear, nice to jump, you know? So this is just a grammar rule. There's also another rule that after a preposition, we usually use the gerund. Like, he is good at swimming. He is good at dancing. Something like this, right? So we have these two rules that after adjectives, we usually use the infinitive, and after a preposition, we usually use gerund, ing word. So we could also say, "It's great to meet you," "wonderful to meet you," because we can just change the adjective and this rule will always be the same. After an adjective, we use "to." Let's see. I think I answered one of your questions. You said prepositions and articles, right? So let's talk a little bit about articles. Actually, let's answer another question from someone else right now. But thank you so much, Amjad.
Yes.
Thank you. So Delbar, hi.
Yes. Hello, how are you?
Great. Nice to meet you.
Nice. It's nice to meet you too.
And where are you from?
I'm from Afghanistan, and I'm sorry, here is Prekal, and I'm from Afghanistan.
Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Great. Where are you? Kabul or?
I'm sorry.
And which city do you live in?
I'm living in Jalalabad, Nangarhar. Nangarhar province, Jalalabad city.
Jalalabad. Great.
Yeah.
And what do you do?
I'm a student of English department.
Oh, wow. Great.
Thank you.
So you'll be an English teacher later.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
Right?
maybe. Yeah.
Okay. Or maybe a translator.
Yeah, maybe. Still, I didn't decided what I will be in the future. Maybe a good teacher of English like you, or maybe interpreter or a translator. Because it's first semester and it's first class. So therefore, I'm going to decide later.
Okay. Great. So do you have any questions that you'd like to ask today?
Yeah, just it's nice to meet you, and I'm happy to see you and join to with people who are keen to learn English.
Definitely. Yeah, great to meet you, Delbar.
Thank you.
And then we have Kelvin Miramar. Hi.
Hello, Kris. How are you?
Great. Where are you from?
I'm from Brasilia, Brazil.
Brasilia, Brazil.
Yes, from the capital. It's an honor to meet you. To have to meet you first time because I follow your job a long time.
Well, thank you.
Thank you to give me this opportunity. Sorry, my diction, my vocabulary.
No problem. I understand you. Thank you so much. It's great to meet you. And what do you do?
Contract analyst. I work for the government.
The government.
Yes, Brazilian government. And I'm here with my little kid.
Hi. Hello.
Just 20 days.
Wow, so small.
Yes, I'm working from home and follow your job this morning.
Wow. Well, thanks a lot for joining. Do you have any questions that you'd like to ask today?
Actually, no, because I'm just following your job. So I see you at Instagram, and I start follow again. So I'm always doing it. I'm always doing it because I think I need to improve my vocabulary and my diction, my
pronunciation.
My speak. How can I say
pronunciation?
Yes, my pronunciation. Thank you. I'm trying to I'm trying to teaching. I'm trying. Oh, sorry, I'm nervous.
No problem. Okay, well, great. It's great to meet you. Amira is also with us. Hi, Amira.
Hi.
And maybe Amira has a question that she'd like to ask today.
Yes, I want to ask you what is the best way to study English?
The best way to study English.
To get better results.
To get better results. Okay, great. So for everyone who's watching, the question from Amira is, what's the best way to study English so that we can get results? Let's approach it like science. We need to know the numbers. We need to measure what are our results now. Where are we starting? Then we need to find the things that we feel help us learn better and try to do them more. And we want to see the results, right? So we want to count. We want to measure our results, and then we can. So this is my simple answer. Let's in practice, not in theory. In practice, let's look at how it works. We need to have some kind of goal for each time that we go to study. Like right now, we're speaking here. What's the goal of our interaction, right? Like what do you want to get out of this right now? And are you getting it or not, and what are the results of doing this activity, right? So there's probably a lot of activities we can do. We can go to lots of different websites. We can do exercises. We can speak with different people. We can, there's a lot of things that we can do. We can watch videos, films, read books, journals, newspapers. We can do lots of things. But which of those activities is going to help you reach some kind of goal? We need to have that goal that will motivate us to actually do those activities. Like, and maybe it sounds so abstract still, but let me tell you how I implemented this, how I did this, how I took action. So, you know, when I moved to another country, when I moved to Russia, I didn't know the language, and I went on a website and I just tried to contact people, tried to communicate with people, just writing messages to them. And I saw how they answered me. And many times in the beginning, they just said, you don't know, like, I don't want to talk to you. They just told me that they didn't want to talk to me in many different ways. So I learned all of the different ways to say, I don't want to talk to you. And I learned which introductions, which ways of starting the conversation did not get the result of, I don't want to talk to you. So I just tried lots of different things, and I found the ones that worked, and I did them more. And right then when you do them more, there's the next step. The next step is now you have to not just start talking, but you need to take the conversation in some kind of direction, because there's a reason for the conversation. So now you start to see how effective that is. Which phrases will help me get to that goal, that result, the best, right? So this is just the same process, the same idea, like the scientific method. Like, first we measure what we have, then we add something. Now we measure again. Is it good or is it bad? Measure again and again and again. And I think that just setting the small goals, like what you want to get out of each of those hours that you spend.
Begin with small goals, then go to higher one and continue.
Right. Right. Exactly. There's a phrase that I like to say. It's not my phrase, but it's a good phrase. Go as far as you can see, and then you will see further. Go as far as you can see, and then you will see further. And it means, like, you don't need to focus on the huge goal, the biggest goal. You don't have to. Having a small goal is okay, because when you complete the small goal, a realistic small goal that you can really do, when you finish that, then you'll have more knowledge, more experience, more something, and you can make a better goal the next time, right? But you have to have some small goals so that you know that you're making progress. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much, Amira. Excellent. So let's see. Abdul has just joined us. Hi, Abdul. Oh, are you with us? Hi.
Yes,
Abdul.
teacher. How are you? Can you hear
Hi,
me?
can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm fine.
Great to see
nice
you
to
again.
see you again. Yes, it's great to see you again also. So long time no see you. You look handsome.
This is a good one.
Yes, or today I'm not sure about the time. So according to Amira's question, can I share my experience with that?
Absolutely.
So I think I watched a video for you. You mentioned before, we must determine why we learn English. So it's very important. And then maybe you can set your goals and have plans, maybe short plans and long plans. And it's very important. Some of us maybe learn English as a profession, English just to talk or speak freely. They want to have confidence when they speak. So it will be different from someone to another. But I think, in my opinion, I'm studying English for almost a year. We need time. Also, we have to practice on daily basis.
Yeah,
So
Abdul, it sounds like the connection is broken up. It's a little difficult. We only hear. Yeah, we only hear some words right now. So, okay, thank you, Abdul. I understand what he was saying. He was saying that we need to know the reason why we are studying English, right? We need to know the reason that we study English, and this will help us to be motivated and to set our goals correctly. And right. So in general, why do we need English? And then that will tell us a lot about which other goals we need to set. I think it's really smart. And Abdo, I think, sorry, I had to turn it off, but the connection was very bad. We only heard some words. So great. Okay, let's go back to some questions that we have here. There's a question about the difference between the verb to respond to something and to answer something. Respond to and answer. What's the difference? So the difference is that, for example, let's say that you ask me, Kris, is it hot in Florida right now? Is it hot? Is it hot? And imagine that I say, huh? Now, did I answer the question? No. Did I respond to the question? I did something, right? I reacted to this question. So maybe I responded to this question, but I definitely did not answer this question. So this is the difference, I think. That respond is just any sign, any signal, anything that you do back. But an answer solves a question. It solves a problem, right? It completes this. The question was asked, and now we have the answer, the solution. So that's different. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining this live lesson today. I look forward to doing more in the future. And of course, I think everyone who's watching knows if you'd like to have 24/7 speaking practice any time of the day, any day of the year, any day of the week, then you can join our English Everyday program. Just go over to my website and you can join there. Thank you so much for everyone who joined, especially those who joined live and chatted with me here. And I look forward to seeing everyone next time. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are. Bye-bye.